Can you free yourself from negative thinking? Have you ever felt trapped in a cycle of negativity where your thoughts weigh you down and steal your joy? Do you struggle to find peace in the midst of chaos? What if the key to inner peace has always been within you, waiting to be discovered? The teachings of Buddha and Zen masters reveal that peace is not something to be found in the outside world. It is cultivated from within. Through 10 powerful inner peace journey teachings, you can break free from negativity, embrace serenity, and live a fulfilling life. Stay with me until the end of this journey, and you may uncover the wisdom that will change your life forever. A seeker of peace. In a quiet village, nestled between mountains and rivers, there lived a man named Kenji. He was known for his sharp mind and ambition, yet he carried a hidden burden. His thoughts tormented him. Regrets of the past and worries about the future left him restless, unable to enjoy the present moment. One day, Kenji heard of a wise Zen master, Master Tenzin, who lived in a monastery atop the sacred peak. Determined to free himself from his suffering, Kenji embarked on a journey to seek the master's guidance. After a long and arduous climb, Kenji reached the monastery. Master Tenzin, an elderly man with a serene gaze, welcomed him warmly. "Tell me, traveler, what troubles your heart?" the master asked. "Master, my mind is my enemy," Kenji admitted. "It is filled with doubt, fear, and regret. I seek peace, but I do not know how to find it." Master Tenzin nodded. "Peace is not something to be found. It is something to be created. Let me share with you 10 teachings that will guide you on your inner peace journey. The present moment is your true home, Master." Tenzin led Kenji through the monastery's stone pathway, the scent of fresh earth and morning dew filling the air. The soft chirping of birds harmonized with the distant sound of a bamboo fountain, its gentle rhythm echoing serenity. They arrived at a lush garden where vibrant flowers swayed lightly in the breeze. "Observe this flower," the master said, gesturing toward a single delicate bloom. "It does not dwell in yesterday, nor does it worry about tomorrow. It simply blooms in the present." Kenji knelt down, studying the flower's gentle petals. He could see tiny droplets of dew clinging to them, reflecting the golden morning light. It was beautiful in its simplicity, yet his mind resisted the lesson. "But Master," Kenji said hesitantly, "how can I forget the past when it holds so many regrets? And how can I not worry about the future when uncertainty looms over me?" Master Tenzin smiled knowingly. He plucked a small pebble from the ground and tossed it into the koi pond nearby. Ripples spread outward, disturbing the water's stillness. "Look at the water," he said. "When disturbed, it cannot reflect the sky clearly. Your mind is the same. When you cling to the past or grasp for the future, your present becomes clouded." Kenji watched the ripples slowly fade until the water became still again. He took a deep breath, letting the master's words settle in his heart. "To free yourself from negativity," the master continued, "train your mind to live in the now. The present moment is where peace exists." Kenji closed his eyes, listening to the wind, feeling the warmth of the sun on his skin. For the first time in a long while, he was not lost in thoughts of yesterday or fears of tomorrow. He was simply here in this moment, his true home. Thoughts are like clouds. Let them pass. The next morning, as the sun cast golden light over the monastery, Master Tenzin led Kenji to a quiet spot by the river. The water shimmered under the soft light, flowing gently over smooth stones. The air was cool and fresh, carrying the scent of pine and earth. They sat on a large flat rock, gazing up at the vast sky. Wisps of white clouds drifted lazily above them, changing shapes as they moved across the blue expanse. "Watch the clouds," Master Tenzin said. "They come and go, but they do not stay." Kenji tilted his head, observing how the clouds shifted effortlessly. Some were thick and heavy, while others were light and wispy. No matter their form, the sky never held onto them. It simply allowed them to pass. For a while, Kenji sat in silence, watching. Then he spoke. "Master, sometimes my thoughts feel like storm clouds, dark and heavy. They fill my mind, and I cannot seem to let them go." Master Tenzin picked up a small leaf that had fallen beside him. He placed it on the surface of the river and watched as the current carried it away. "Your thoughts are the same," he explained. "Do not fight them. Do not resist them. And do not cling to them. Simply observe and let them drift away like these clouds, like this leaf on the water." Kenji took a deep breath, feeling the weight of his worries. He imagined his anxious thoughts as dark clouds, watching them come, acknowledging them, and then letting them float away. As he sat there, the river continued its steady course, and the sky remained vast and open. For the first time in days, his mind felt just like the sky, free, spacious, and at peace. Silence holds the answers. You seek one morning, as the mist still clung to the trees and the monastery remained hushed in the waking dawn, Master Tenzin approached Kenji with a simple instruction.
Today you will speak no words. Spend the day in silence, listening not to others, but to yourself. Kenji bowed in acknowledgement, though he was unsure of the purpose.
Silence had always made him uncomfortable. His mind filled the quiet with restless thoughts, memories, and worries. But he obeyed. At first, his mind buzzed with its usual chatter. Regrets from the past crept in. Anxieties about the future swirled. He found himself mentally rehearsing conversations, recalling old wounds, imagining what others thought of him. The silence did not feel peaceful. It felt overwhelming. As the hours passed, Kenji turned his attention outward. He listened to the rustling of leaves in the wind, the distant murmur of the river, the rhythmic chirping of crickets. Slowly, his mind began to settle, like a pond that had been disturbed but now grew still. By evening, a deep calmness had taken root within him. Without words, without distraction, he felt lighter, as if he had shed an invisible burden. Master Tenzin found him sitting beneath an ancient tree, eyes closed, breathing slowly. The master sat beside him and spoke softly. "In silence you hear the truth of your soul," he said. "The noise of the world and of your own mind feeds negativity, doubt, and illusion. But when you embrace silence, clarity will emerge like the sun breaking through the clouds." Kenji opened his eyes. For the first time in a long while, he felt a sense of knowing, not in words, but in presence. Let go of the stories you tell yourself. The next day, as Kenji helped sweep the monastery's courtyard, he found his thoughts returning to old fears. He had always told himself he was not strong enough, not wise enough, not worthy of peace. Sensing Kenji's distraction, Master Tenzin placed a hand on his shoulder. "What troubles you?" Kenji hesitated before answering. "I realize that I'm always telling myself the same story, that I am not enough." The master picked up a handful of sand and let it slip through his fingers. "These stories," he said, "are like grains of sand in the wind. They are not solid, yet you hold on to them as if they were stone." Kenji watched the sand vanish. "But how do I let go? See them for what they are. Just thoughts, not truth. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the opinions of others. You are not the fears your mind creates." Kenji nodded, a new understanding settling in his heart. He was not bound by the stories he had told himself. He could let them go, just as the wind carried away the sand. And in that moment he felt lighter than he ever had before. Gratitude transforms darkness into light. Each morning, Master Tenzin asked Kenji to list 3 things he was grateful for. At first it felt forced, but soon Kenji began noticing beauty in simple moments. A cool breeze, a kind word, a warm meal. "Gratitude shifts your focus," Tenzin said. "Where there is gratitude, there is no space for negativity." Compassion heals the heart. One day, Kenji witnessed Master Tenzin helping a stranger in need. "Why do you help others so freely?" Kenji asked. "Because in healing others we heal ourselves," the master replied. "Compassion is the antidote to suffering." Kenji began practicing kindness, and with each act his own pain diminished. "Fear is an illusion." Master Tenzin led Kenji to a cliff's edge. "Look down," he said. Kenji's heart pounded with fear. "What you fear is not the height, but the thought of falling," Tenzin explained. "Fear exists only in the mind. Face it, and it loses its power." Simplicity brings joy. Kenji noticed that Master Tenzin lived with few possessions, but was deeply content. "Happiness is not found in things," Tenzin said. "It is found in simplicity. The less you chase, the more you receive." Kenji let go of his attachment to material things, and his heart felt lighter. Forgiveness is freedom. One evening, Kenji shared his past regrets. Tenzin handed him a candle and said, "Light this and watch." As the candle melted, Tenzin said, "Holding on to resentment is like holding a burning candle. It only hurts you. Forgive, and you free yourself." Kenji forgave himself and others, feeling a weight lift from his soul. You are already at peace. You just need to remember. On Kenji's last day, Master Tenzin took him to a still lake. Look at the water, he said. When it is disturbed, it ripples, but left alone, it returns to stillness. Kenji understood. Peace is my natural state. I only need to let go of what disturbs it. Master Tenzin smiled. Exactly. Now go and live this truth. Kenji returned home, no longer tormented by his thoughts. He carried the teachings with him, sharing them with those who sought peace. His heart was light, his mind was clear. And now, dear reader, the question remains, which of these teachings will you embrace to find your own inner peace? Your journey begins now.